One of the most recurring creatures that appear in video games time and time again is the pesky rat. Typically just annoying little enemies that scurry along the ground of a sewer or cave, but I think there's more to them than meets the eye, and every now and then we get to see rats being actual characters. I've made 2 videos in the past where I ranked different video game rats, and despite there being quite a few good ones on there, I've discovered so many more in the meantime that I thought, hey, why not do a threequel? The end-all be-all to my rat rankings. So without further ado, welcome to the ultimate video game rat ranking. Before we get into the new list I've compiled, I'm going to quickly go over what rats I ranked in the past videos, just to get us all up to speed. The only ones in the D tier are the rats from the first 2 Fallout games, cause they're kind of annoying. Still cute though. In the C tier, we have the RuneScape rats, the bad rats, and D&D were-rats. In the B tier are the giant rats from Fallout 3 and New Vegas, Twitch the Plague Rat from League of Legends, Remy from the video game version of Ratatouille, great film, the rats from A Plague Tale, and the rats seen in Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. In the A tier, we have the rats from the Dishonored series. Fun fact, these guys were originally in the B tier, but after playing the first one, I'd say they're A tier material. The Deus Ex rats, rats and skeevers from the Elder Scrolls, the Webkinz Charming rat, Scaredy rats from Mario, Skaven from Warhammer Fantasy and Age of Sigmar, the Mad Rat from Mad Rat Dead, Freya from Final Fantasy IX, and the rats from the Doom 2 mod, Rat Doom. Last but not least, the best of the best in the S tier. Sims rats, the Webkinz Vampire rat, the Rat King from Dark Souls 2, Baldur's Gate 3 rats, the Propeller rats from the Shovel Knight series, and the Stupid rats from Pizza Tower. Okay, I think that's just about all of them. Now we can finally start these rankings. Our first contender is a strong one, the rats seen in Bully. These little guys can be found in the boys' dormitory, the parking lot, and a few other more dinky locations in the game. These rats are not hostile, they just kind of zip around and make crunchy noises, but they sadly can be killed, and you kind of have to for the mission Rats in the Library. You also have to dissect a rat for biology too. I was really hoping I could just leave these cute guys alone, but I guess it makes sense that the game called Bully allows you to throw dead rats at people. These little guys are very cute, I love their crunchy squeaks, and I do feel bad they have the awful fate of living in Bulworth, but they seem to be more useful dead than alive, so I'll put these guys at the C tier. I forgot to mention that there's a note on the bulletin board about a missing pet rat named George. I really hope the little guy is safe somewhere, but knowing this game, he probably isn't. Next up, we got the ghoul rats from The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. Rats have appeared across various Zelda games, but I wanted to focus on these little nuisances. Ghoul rats are basically rat ghosts that can only be seen when Link uses his heightened senses when he's in wolf mode. They don't try to kill you per se, they instead just cling onto you and slow you down, making you much more vulnerable to other enemies and even quicksand. These little guys are incredibly annoying, but I gotta admit, an interesting idea for rat enemies. B tier. Third on the list are yet another Fallout contender, Rad Rats. I did not realize just how many types of rats there were in the series. Rad Rats are, shocker, radiated rats that don't have any fur and beady red eyes. Fun fact, I had some Rad Rat pups, the smaller version of them, appear near my camp and one of them got stuck underneath my house. As mean as this is to say, they aren't the cutest looking and are a bit annoying, but they do have some cool variations, like the pups and scorched Rad Rats. I'll put these dubious creatures in the C tier. Next up are the rats from RimWorld. Although rats appear to be a hated creature in this game, if they are tamed by the player, they can actually be quite useful. They're very cheap and eat literally anything, including human corpses, and can be used during battles. It seems fairly common for players to keep and use rats in this game, and I think it's pretty cool that they're actually useful and not just low-level enemies. B tier. Alright, so this next one is interesting. Mr. Rez from the game Rats! Or Reservoir Rat if you live in Europe. This is a platformer game for the Game Boy Color that I had never heard of, but after seeing this dude on the cover, I knew I had to find out more. So this is Mr. Rez, and the game itself doesn't reveal much about him, aside from being a rat dude with a gun, sunglasses, and a rat lady at the end. But according to the Wikipedia page, he is a, quote, radical yo-yo playing rat-for-hire assassin with an attitude and cool black shades. Oh, and he's also really bad at being an assassin as well. Interesting character choice. Honestly, for the description and character design alone, I think I'm gonna put Mr. Rez at the S tier. This might be a little too high, but I don't know. I like that he's a yo-yo playing assassin who's also terrible at his job. I think it's hilarious. Next are the Ratui from Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. I don't think they're explicitly called rats, but given their name and appearance, it's close enough. Ratui are a race of rat-like creatures that can either have green or blue fur. There's only 2 Ratui characters that appear in the game, and one of them, Lumpy, can give Mario up to 999 coins, if the player is willing to invest 300 so he can go to the dry desert and drill for oil. The Ratui seem to be pretty chill dudes, maybe with some questionable jobs, and I like their colorful, cute design. B tier. Next on the list are from a very iconic series, Metal Gear. Rats have appeared across a few different games in the series, but in Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake can eat rats to restore stamina. Apparently, Hideo Kojima, the creator of the series, wanted pet rats to be a feature in Metal Gear Solid. It's a shame that got cut because that would have been absolutely adorable, and kind of a funny feature for a stealth game to have. Although these poor little guys are usually supposed to be killed and eaten, I think it's nice that they play at least sort of a significant role in the series, and I like the models for them as well, especially the original Metal Gear Solid ones. A tier. You know, I never thought I'd be talking about Roblox on my channel, but here we are. We got our boy Louie, which is a hat item that can be purchased for 95 Robux. However, this rat model has appeared in a few different Roblox games, and he's even made his way onto the Steam Workshop. There's a few other rat items and models found in the game, but there's just something about Louie. He's got that je ne sais quoi that the other rats don't. I think it might be the blob body with no feet and the bright red nose. If I played Roblox regularly, I'd absolutely pull up with this guy in my head. A tier. I was going to add Rattata from Pokemon, but as it turns out, it's actually a mouse type and not even a rat, despite being called Rattata.
The mouse Pokemon.
So, my life is a lie, I guess. Anyways, the Katamari Damacy rats are up next. These low poly cuties can be found in a few levels throughout the series, and, like other creatures and objects in this game, can be rolled into the Katamari, a huge ball essentially. Though they can also bump into the player and throw them off a bit. I love their simple, pointy, yet charming model design, but since they don't play too big of a role in the games, they'll go to the C tier. Next up are the rats from Vampire the Masquerade: Bloodlines. Like usual in video games, rats in this world are most commonly found in sewers or underground, but can also be spotted throughout the cities. The biggest purpose for rats in this game, as much as it hurts to say, is to feed on them for blood. Now, if you're playing as a Ventrue, you gotta get that high quality blood, so no homeless people or rats, but if you're playing as any other clan and are in a pinch, you can feed on rats to get a little bit of blood. I was originally gonna go with B or even C tier, but then I remembered that if the player character is a Malkavian, you can encounter a talking rat called the sewer Cabbie, a rare occurrence, but cool nonetheless. Quick side note, this is actually from the Plus patch, but it looks like the rat was cut content, so I'm gonna count it. A tier. Alright, the last one we got is Micah Bell from Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't care if there's no solid proof, he was absolutely the rat in my opinion. At the very least, a big a-hole.
There he is, old Black Lung Morgan. Shut up.
For context and brief spoiler warning, the criminal gang in Red Dead Redemption 2 had a member rat on them to the Pinkertons, screwing them all over, and the main character, Arthur Morgan, accuses Micah of being the rat. You know what? I'm gonna open up the F tier just for him. Never liked him, never will, and I will never forget how he treated my boy Arthur. He gives rats everywhere a bad name. Okay. Got that out of my system. Here is the new and improved video game rat rankings. Wait, but hold on. I think I might be missing one. Oh, duh. The best video game rat of all time. The one that has its own god tier category, the Halo rat. I don't think I even need to explain this one. They're non-hostile rats, have adorable models, and survive the Halo Reach glassing, at least in my headcanon. Now the rankings are actually complete. There are so many rats that appear in video games, but I tried my best to find all different kinds of them. If you know of any cool rats that didn't make the cut, please let me know down in the comments and how you would rank them. Thank you all so much for watching as always, and make sure to subscribe to see more video game and rat content alike.
Aw, he's so cute.